take it for tomorrow?
I don't, Andrew. I haven't seen the wicket yet. I've only just arrived at the ground. So yeah, I'll have a look at the pitch. We train today and then we'll either select the team this afternoon or tomorrow morning.
Yep. Possible Tim Payne will play as a batsman?
Well, it is possible, but unlikely. I think obviously Sean Marsh coming into the squad is more than likely going to play as a replacement for Michael Hussey. But again, I've got to speak to the selectors and wait and see what their thoughts are. But I would doubt that Tim will play this game as a batsman.
What did you mention in Michael Hussey? What are his chances for the World Cup?
Hopefully he's okay. He's been a huge player, not only this summer in the Test format, but over a long period of time in one-day cricket. And I'm hearing good reports, I guess, that he's obviously had an operation, and they're confident that if all goes well, they can get him fit to take part in the World Cup. It's just a matter of when he'll be fit, and if the selectors, I guess, are willing to take that risk to take him into the World Cup. Not being 100%, but yeah, look, I think everybody's hoping that he gets fit and we get him out in the park sooner rather than later, because he's had a huge impact in the one-day format for us, batting in the middle order, and I think in the subcontinent, conditions are going to be quite tough for the middle order players, and I think his experience and knowledge in those conditions would be really helpful.
With that qualifying group at the start, does that give you a bit of leeway for players perhaps starting the tournament a few weeks later?
What probably gives us the leeway is the gap between games. I think I think we land or depart on the 9th of February. We've got 2 practice games, and then I think our first actual round game is the 21st of February. So there's a bit of a gap there as well. So there's a bit of time, which is on our side. I guess the concern as well is we're trying to get skipper as fit as possible, so hopefully he can take part in those 2 practice games, and then the selectors have to obviously weigh up, can we take Huss as well, knowing that he mightn't be fit for those first couple of practice games. But we'll know more in time. I think that's probably the main thing right now, is that Huss does everything in his power to let it heal. Obviously Alex and the doctors will tell him what he needs to do, and we just sit and watch closely and keep our fingers crossed, hopefully that hope that he pulls up right.
Great.
Michael, is that the best scenario for Ricky, that he comes back for the warm-up games, or could he play in this series?
I think we'd all love him to play in this series. I really don't know. I think with punts the same thing. I think it's more of a day by day, keep seeing Alex, keep seeing how it's healing, and then they make a plan as soon as they can. I'm confident, Ricky will be right to play the World Cup, but it's just about how much batting he gets under his belt, I guess, leading up to that first game. I think they'll be probably trying to work out how many days he needs for training before he plays that first game. So if he doesn't play at the back end of this series, that might be more so because they want him to have a bit of training leading up to that first game, rather than throw him in and say, go and play an international one day straight away. But the sooner the better, I think, for our team as well. He's, like us, been an amazing player for such a long time. It's great still to have him around the group as much as we can get him. He's obviously in Tasmania at the moment, and his knowledge and experience around this group right now is very important.
Now that you've named your World Cup squad, does the dilemma as to preparation for the World Cup and playing this series say, does that take on a slightly different complexion?
Well, probably not for our squad, because the guys that are here are involved in this team anyway, if you know what I mean. So the 15, apart from, let's say, Michael Hussey and Ricky, who are injured, the other 13 guys are involved in these one days anyway. Tim Payne might be a little bit different, because obviously if Hads is fit, it's going to be hard to give him opportunity unless he plays as that spare batsman. But look, our main focus is to win this game tomorrow night. That's got to be our focus, and try and win this series and try and get that winning feeling back in the group like we had the other night, and then we build momentum towards the World Cup. I think the guys that aren't playing will be working overtime in the nets, both for preparation for this series, but they can also do some stuff leading up to, you know, conditions we're going to face in the subcontinent. But I think the guys that are playing will be 100% focused on what's in front of us. And then if we have an extra training day, or you have time in your training to be able to prepare for the subcontinent, I think it's a good opportunity to do that as well. I think it would be silly not to look at that.
Michael, the other night in Melbourne, you were copping a bit of stick from the crowd. Your story, mate, I mean, what are your thoughts on that? Because Shane was saying the other day that you were going within the team plan.
Yeah, I think it's important that, you know, for me as captain of this team right now is to do whatever it takes to help Australia win every game of cricket we play. I thought throughout that period that I was batting with Watto that it was important to get a partnership. And as we've spoken about in our meetings, that we thought in those conditions, both Swan and Yardie were going to be quite tough to score off, so we had to be patient through that middle period. When I first walked out the bat, the ball was reverse swinging a little bit, so it was, yeah, it wasn't the easiest of conditions to walk out and just smack it. I thought Watto was playing an amazing knock, and my role was to get up the other end and try not to lose wickets, try and build a partnership. I think we put on a 100-run partnership, which helped us set up the game. So, yeah, people want to see 4s, 6s and wickets taken every ball. That's not international cricket.